Hello, Professor and fellow students. Looking at psychopathology and how it engages in the Christian worldview, psychopathology can be defined as the scientific study of mental disorders. Looking at how this integrates with Christianity, Christianity and the brokenness that can be seen in the world gets tied to sin, the sin of others or our own sin, and how it impacts us and the people around us. Psychopathology and looking at like the DSM-5 and the criterias and how we see things such as depression, anxiety, attachment disorders can be correlated to, they can be a result of how sin from others and ourselves impacts others. That trauma response. And looking at how a Christian can engage in psychopathology, we can look at how the Bible communicates how we have received comfort so we can provide comfort to those. And when looking at the DSM-5, you're looking at, okay, what's wrong? What's the symptoms of what's wrong? And Christians, we would want to dig deeper. We would want to be like, okay, what's underneath? What's the sin causing this? But we can just, from looking at the DSM-5, we can see, okay, here's these struggles that this individual is exhibiting. We can show compassion and understanding. This is something that's pointed out in our lecture for the week, that we need to not judge, for we will be judged, as the Bible says, and use that DSM to find the underlying dysfunctions and then address them with that understanding and compassion. The lecture also points out how psychopathology can cause, those mental disorders can cause spiritual issues. They can be caused by spiritual issues, and then they can get in the way of spiritual growth. And this can hinder an individual's engagement with their church and their church community. They can feel broken and unusable by God and alienated from God and beyond his reach, which the Bible communicates that God is omnipresent. He is all there, always there. He is ready and willing to engage with us, whatever our sin level. One of the studies, one of the papers that I was able to find by Cherry and Cosette's looks at how Christian theology can impact positive psychology, and they point out that what's wonderful about psychology and pathology is we're looking at not only, okay, what are the symptoms, what are the issues that we can see in DSM-5, but the whole point of DSM-5, yes, the material is pointing out the negative, but it moves us towards how do we positively address these problems, these issues, and that Christianity, the Christian theology, is based in hope and love and compassion, and those can be readily used to take individuals from the steps of, okay, we've identified these criterias in DSM-5, we've created diagnosis, and how can we move forward with a solution-based methodology using compassion, self-compassion, and the compassion of others, us, on the individual, and the compassion of God to move towards that healing